Transforming your doors, a refined decorative finish. Hello, I'm Vilma for Redesign with Prima. In this tutorial, I will demonstrate how to achieve an elegant door transformation. To begin, I am applying masking tape along the edge where the door meets the wall to protect the surrounding surface from paint. Since this door has already been primed, the paint can be applied directly without any additional preparation. For this project, I will be using theme from the Alchemy Limestone Chalk Paint collection by Fusion Mineral Paint. To make this application process more efficient, I will use a roller brush for the largest surface and a synthetic bristle brush to reach the edge and detailed areas that the roller cannot access. As you can see, the paint has a rich, thick consistency, allowing for excellent coverage. Only 2 coats are required to achieve a smooth, uniform finish. After applying the paint with a roller, I will use the brush to cover all corners and edges thoroughly. Once the paint has been applied, I will allow it to dry overnight before returning the following day to continue the transformation. For the decorative design, I will be using 2 silver foil transfers, Silver Bird and Silver House of Damask. I will begin by positioning the transfer against the door and determine the ideal placement. Using my fingers as reference points, I will mark where the design needs to be trimmed so that it fits precisely within the center panel. Next, I will remove the protective backing and carefully position the transfer on the door. Starting at the top section, I will use a transfer tool to gently rub over the foil. It is important to avoid applying excessive pressure. As I work, I will slowly peel back one corner while continuing to rub lightly until the design is fully transferred to the surface. Once the transfer is complete, I will gently press over the design with my fingers to ensure proper adhesion. I will then use a polishing pad, especially designed to remove any remaining adhesive residue and small air bubbles. Be sure to use a light touch as an excessive pressure may damage the foil. As I demonstrated, I measure the next sheet to create a seamless, continuous pattern. Careful trimming along the design edges is essential to ensure accurate alignment between sections to extend the pattern across the upper portion of the door. I will be doing the same process as I did for the first sheet. To extend the pattern across the upper portion of the door, I will use select elements of the transfer while maintaining the natural flow of the design. For the lower section of the door, I will be using a different transfer called Silver House of Damask. I will begin by positioning a full sheet in the desired location. In this instance, the entire sheet can be applied without modification. The application process remains the same. Remove the protective backing and gently rub over the transfer. Although it may appear in the video that I am applying significant pressure, the footage has been accelerated for brevity. I am working very gently throughout the process. I will continue using the transfer tool while gradually pulling back the film with my other hand to reveal the design beneath. This transfer consists of 4 sheets, each of which can be used individually or combined into a continuous pattern, which is the approach I will be taking today. To maintain a continuous pattern, I use my hands as guides to determine where each sheet should be trimmed. It is important to note that foil transfers are more delicate than standard transfers and therefore require additional care during application. Taking your time will help ensure a flawless result. Once all transfers have been applied, the next step is sealing the surface. For this, I will use Ultra Grip by Fusion Mineral Paint, a water-based sealer. Using a synthetic Bristol brush, I will apply the sealer across the entire door to protect both the painted surface and the foil design. This protective layer helps preserve the integrity of both the paint and the transfer. If you are concerned about the sealer affecting the foil shine, rest assured that the metallic finish will remain unchanged. For optimal results, I recommend selecting either a satin or gloss finish. After sealing, the door will be easy to maintain. Routine dusting can be done with a microfiber cloth, while marks or dirt can be removed using a damp cloth or cleaning wipe. As always, ensure that a protective top coat has been applied beforehand. A water-based sealer is strongly recommended. I will allow the sealer to cure overnight and return the following day to continue enhancing the design. At this stage, you may choose to leave the finish as it is or add further decorative detailing. For this project, I will be using a black glaze that has been diluted with water to achieve a more workable consistency. I will apply it around the frame details and over selected areas of the transfer design. This step may appear somewhat intimidating at first. However, the process is straightforward and highly effective when approached with passion. After applying the glaze, I will use a cloth to remove the excess until the desired effect is achieved. Rather than striving for perfection, my goal is to create a finish that feels both refined and characterful. I will remove most of the glaze while leaving slightly more in the recessed areas to enhance depth and shadow. Water can also be used to soften and blend the glaze for a more subtle effect. It is important to emphasize that this glazing technique should only be performed after a protective sealer has been applied. As shown, I am lightly dragging the remaining glaze across the surface of the door using only the residue left on my cloth. I work in vertical strokes from top to bottom, and whenever a line appears too pronounced, I switch to circular motions to blend it seamlessly and create a softer, more natural appearance. This technique produces a beautiful edge effect that is both sophisticated and timeless. To complete the project, I am applying a silver metallic paint around the inner frame of the panel. This final detail enhances the design and provides the door with a polished, elegant finish. And this is how this door looks after painting and adding all of these beautiful finishing details. Let me know in comments what do you think about this transformation and if you'll try something similar on one of your doors of your home. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Redesign with Prima channel and also to my channel Renoveo Essence or Renovo. See you in another flip.